welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and our resin review video for May of 2023. Normally these review videos are posted on the last Monday of the month, but last May was a little bit busy and these boxes didn't come in time for me to be able to do a resin review. If you want more on that, you can check out my unboxing video for you, linked here, or at the end of the video. Or you can find it at the end of the video, I should say. Yeah, so hopefully that our next resin review will be at the end of June, but it all depends on when Sophie and Toffee ends up sending their next Pixie box. So with all of that being said, let's just jump into this video, or discuss this video, and what I thought about the molds and stuff from this last round of resin. So if you haven't been on my channel before and this is your new video, or this is the first video, hi, welcome. Today we are talking about the projects that I managed to complete or work on from these two boxes, plus a little extra from the Sophie and Toffee company, I guess you could say. I did 2 boxes this month. I did the Sophie and Toffee Pixie box, which is a monthly subscription box, where you get a bunch of themed related items, but no resin. And then I also got the Aladdin box, which is their Disney collaboration box. This box is bi-monthly, so you get 6 of them in a year. This one does come with the resin and like everything that you need to work on the project, but they're a little bit more advanced usually than the Pixie box, which tends to be a bit more of a easier and simple molds. But I'm going to break this video down into 3 or 4 parts. 4 parts as usual. Part 1 is going to be talking about the molds from the secret message box, what I managed to do with them. Part 2 is going to be talking about the Aladdin box. Part 3 is going to be showing you a couple of the other molds that I've made out of some of the excess resin that I had. And then part 4 is going to be final thoughts and sign off. If I sound a little off, it's because I was up quite late last night working on actually finishing and giving you final products, rather than said, oh, I'm going to finish this sometime in the future. I actually took the time last night after my husband and I spent the majority of the evening laying floor in our upstairs spare room slash cat room slash going to be sewing room slash multi-purpose room. I'm tired, so this might sound a bit rough, and for that I'm sorry. I also think that the allergies are really hitting me hard today, and that's also a problem. But anyway, let's just jump into part 1, the secret message box. So like I mentioned, Sophie and Toffee is a month, or Sophie and Toffee has a couple of different boxes, right? Their Pixie box, which is what I get. You get everything you need to make, or molds and stuff, and like inclusions and things that help give you an idea of something that you might like to make. And then you have the Elves box, which is their original project box, and that's everything that you need to make a project. I've gotten 1 Elves box in the past, maybe 2. I can't quite remember now. Like, I know I got a carousel box last year, and I think I got another one, but I'm spacing right now. Anyway, it's on the screen if I did or did not get one. And then they also have like collaboration box, like the Disney box and stuff like that. So they're a pretty cool company. They do mostly resin and resin supplies and things to finish off your project. They're located in Singapore, and I believe at the moment of recording this video, the pricing that they have on their website includes shipping. So yeah, if you hear squeaking in the background, that is Susie, my cat. She's very chatty today. She's chatty most days, but today she's quite chatty. So if you hear any meowing slash squeaking, that is her. Mama, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know why they're meowing at me so much. I know, Chunky Butt. I know. Pretty girl. All right, anyway, so the secret box. The secret box came with 4 molds. Basically, you had an envelope mold, a round wax seal handle mold, a paw wax seal mold, handle mold, and then also this really cool door mold with a bunch of like things to make something with. I made all of them. They're all finished. So I'll show you those in a second. And then we also got some mica powder. Oh, excuse me. Some mica powders, a marker, a bunch of sealing wax, some confetti, some glitter. I don't know if I used really any of that. Assorted dried leaves. I am excited to use the sealing wax beads and stuff like that. But I finished them like literally like yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to actually mess around with the wax sealing part, but I did get everything else done. So, let's see the molds. Okay, that took me a second to find. I couldn't find everything. I had to run downstairs and see what I left behind. But anyway, so we have the envelope mold. It's a pretty decent size. Then we have the sealing, like the wax sealing mold. So we have got this interesting shaped circular one. It's not my favorite shape in the world. My husband and I giggled because we're children, and to us it's slightly like indecently shaped. Paw print. And then we have the door mold as well. We've got the main piece, and then we also have the door for it. And these are the things that I made. So here's the envelope. I was messing around last night. It's 3 colors. It's pink, magenta, and purple. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it does have something to hang off with and stuff like that. I thought because it looked kind of splattery, I did like a nice like red kind of messy lining of it, and I think it turned out kind of pretty cool. Then we have 2 of these. We've got this black and gold guy here, which I think looks really cool. I didn't fill it enough at the top, so I just put some like little pieces of glitter or confetti inside and then sealed the top so it kind of looks intentional. And then I've got this white one too with pearlescent powder. And again, the top didn't fill all the way, so I put a bit of UV resin on the top just to round it out. And then we also have 2 paw prints as well. We've got this really pretty sparkling purple one. It's like a really deep purple color. And then we've got this white, or this, again, it's a magenta top with a pink and purple layering on the side. This one accidentally came out with a little bit of a bubble, but I don't think it really messes with the functionality of it because I was experimenting with it last night. And I have these 3 bolts, right? They screw on, and they actually like screw on pretty well. And then like here's the one with the bubble. It still screws on nicely. We'll do this purple one. Actually, we'll do the white one. So they're pretty sturdy, stable. I'm not worried about them coming off or anything like that. So that's kind of how they look with their little stamping stamps on them. Wow, that's words. And then I made 2 versions of this door. I made one that I completely finished, and then I made one that I haven't put together yet. So here's the one that I didn't put together. I made it out of the same colors as this guy here. I did, look at pink, magenta, and purple, but look at that swirl on the side. Like, isn't that like the coolest looking thing? I think that's just so pretty. Here's the back. You can see how I, like, basically where I poured, I just went up and down and let it fall off the sides. So you have this really cool, like, starburst almost on the back. And then here's the front. Again, you have the starburst because, again, I poured up and down from the one spot. So you have all of these really cool colors kind of playing with each other. I love this mold. I think this mold is amazing. And then they just kind of sit together like that. And then there's a place for your hinges here. And it's so cool. I made this one to go in my office because I have a lot of pinks and stuff in here. And then the other one I made is going to go upstairs in our spare room. And that's the finished one. So we'll set this one aside. Here, I'll move the mold out of the way. So we have that one. And then this is the finished one from last night. So this one is gold, right? Gold glitter, clear gold glitter, I believe. Green, like a foresty green color, and black. Ignore the side. I was really late last night when I was doing this, and I just eventually got frustrated and gave up. So it's very sparkly, right? In the light, you can see the 3 different colors that it actually is. On the back, you can kind of see it too, but mostly the gold and the black on the back. But there's definitely like all 3 colors in it. It's so pretty when you see it in person. And then the back of it is just a solid green. I did that because I wanted to like match with the kind of the colors on my walls. You can see where this is popped up. That's the interior hook. I'll show you in a second. But so if you were making this, I would make sure that your mold is fully filled up. Like I have like a little bit of, like it's a little too thin. I think it's like that on this one too. Yeah, they're a little too thin. I would fill it up just a little bit more so that your screws have something better to anchor into. Here's the hinges on the side. I tried to make it so the hinges were hidden, and I just couldn't figure out how to do that. You can see I have a whole bunch of like hinge holes and stuff now on the inside that I'm gonna fill with black resin or something. And then here's the hook, which I thought was centered and straight when I did it last night. Looking back at it this morning, you can see it's off center. But again, it's for me, for upstairs, so it doesn't really matter. But I think that's really cool. I had a little black acrylic pen for these, a little gold for like the hinge detailing. And I don't know, I think it turned out really, really cool. This is probably my favorite thing that I've made. Well, one of my favorite things that I've made. I've made a few things in this month's box that I'm just really excited for. But like, I really, really like these. Just really like how they turned out. And I really like doing like this 3 kind of multicolored pour. Like, I think that just looks so cool. So yeah, that's the Pixie box. Do you like it? Do you like the colors that I chose? You'll be seeing me repeating these colors a few times. Let's talk the Aladdin box. So like I said, the Aladdin box is a little bit different than the Pixie box. With this one here, it came with 3 different projects: a genie mirror, Aladdin charms silicone mold, and then these bezels. I didn't even touch the bezels. I just didn't have any time to work on the bezels. Then you got some of the other things, like you get the resin, the mirror piece. You have a beads mold to make a charm bracelet. They gave you glue. They gave you stuff to make the beads. They gave you like a little charm bracelet thing, some cords, some glitters, some powders, some dyes, and then the instructions on how to make it. So it's really kind of cool. I made, like I said, I didn't touch the bezels because I just don't have time, and I'm not that good at bezel making. But I do have the molds. So this is the charm molds. I think they turned out pretty cool. I'll show them to you in a second. I don't like Abu though. So you have like the genie, carpet, Aladdin, a scarab, Jasmine, the lamp, and then this is Abu. But I don't know. He did not turn out for me, and I cast this a few different times to see if I can make them better. Sometimes they got better, sometimes they got worse. But I'll show you those in a minute. Then this is the genie mirror. Glitter exploded, so I thought I got it all cleared up, but now that I'm upstairs I can see that I missed some areas. I cast 2 of these as well. And then this is the beads mold. I did quite a few different castings of this too, just because for being such a like little simple mold, it was pretty finicky for me. So to show you what I mean, here are a bunch of different of the castings. There's a few other things hidden in here as well, but for the most part, these are the castings. So I have, like I did 3 different castings. I did a magenta casting. This was my second to last one, but because it's floating or sitting on the top, I can grab it. Yeah, so I have like the lamp, I have Aladdin, I have the carpet, I have the scarab, and I have Abu, and then I'm trying to make it so that you can see the shape, right? And I think he's so finely detailed. Come on, camera, focus. He's so finely detailed that like I could not make the detail stand out. And then the genie, I was experimenting with these 2 to see how I wanted to do the outlining. And what I decided is I need like a really fine pen to flood the outline. But, right, you kind of learn as you go. So those are them. I used Jasmine in my final charm bracelet, so I'll show you her last with those. But these are the pink castings. Like they came out really nice, but like I need to be more patient and really work on cleaning out the bubbles because they all have like little air bubbles that kind of ruin the overall feeling of it, right? Because it's so finely detailed, you can't just ignore a bubble or 2. Those are the pink ones. Then we have the white ones. The white ones were my last pour. Again, I was experimenting with outlining and stuff like that. Like I think that with the white, you could really mess with color and detailing and really make these just pop. That's Jasmine. You can't really tell until you fill in her detailing. And then here's Abu again. And like, I don't know, it's just a mess. Thirdly, I only have a couple left from, this was my original pour. I did a purple pour, and that's Jasmine with the detailing. Right, it's purple. And then I did a gold pour as well. This is the lamp, and then I outlined it in gold too, and I thought that one looked really cool. The rest of them are on the charm bracelet, and then these are some of my leftover beads because I poured again a bunch of beads too. So we've got like a black glitter one. Like when they turn out well, they really look nice. Like this one turned out really well. This one turned out pretty well. I had to clean it up a little bit. It's this clear with pink glitter, but I didn't get enough glitter in. And this one has a whole bunch of air bubbles, but I kind of like how that looks. Then we have this one, and this is the problem with this little mold, is you have to be careful and make sure that you like fill it all the way to the top. Like this one here has too much of a indent. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's like a bit of an indent on it, so you couldn't like this isn't good enough to use as like the bead with the bead detailings that they have, right? And then a few of them came out that way. This purple one also has like that indent on it too, and then this purple one came out really nice. Oh no, sorry, it has the indent as well. And then here's another purple or clear with purple speckles. And then to show you too the differences, we'll do the two clear ones. This one is the faceted one, so you can kind of see how the light jumps off of it. Right, faceted. And then this one here is the smooth one. So it's more like a donut. Yeah, and then we'll talk about what's left in here in a minute. With the genie mold, I did 2 of those as well. Here's one of the pours. I just basically mixed all of the different glitters into 2 different blues and poured it. This is my second mold. So what's really cool about the genie is, right, this is where you slot in your mirror, and then you stick this guy on top to protect the mirror. And like you can look on the back to see how much overlap there is, right, so that the mirror is really well protected. I don't know if you can actually see that because the blues are so dark, but then they sit together, right? They're really nicely sandwiched on the sides, and then you have like a little hole on the top so you can hang it off of something as a keychain and stuff. Like I really like how all this glitter turned out, but you can't really see the detailing very well, so I decided to do the finished mold with my first pouring, which is this guy. So I did 2 different blues, like a darker blue and a deeper blue. This blue is just like a blue, I don't even know. Yeah, I think it's just called blue. And then this one's called like royal blue or something like that. The blue that they have in here is a really like a really pale blue. It's actually this here, this little dip here, and this like section here on the bottom. This is what their blue looks like, and it's too light to be a genie blue, so I went through and I kind of looked at the other dyes that I have, and I did like this blue instead. So that's this guy here. I think he turned out really well. The mirror is scratched, I'm not sure how, and a little dirty, even though I just did it last night. But yeah, so that's the finished one. So this is what it looks like without the mirror, and then this is with the mirror. And I'm not going to do any outlining or anything on this because I kind of like the look of it just as is. And then here's my charm bracelet. I put one of each thing on and a bunch of beads to kind of show you what it looks like as a charm bracelet. So this is the Abu I chose to use. I didn't outline, or I outlined it in gold, but you just can see that it doesn't really look good. I don't really like it. Here's my scarab. This one's my favorite. Then we've got Aladdin. Then we've got Jasmine. The lamp. Right, genie. And carpet. So if you're really good with fine detail work and stuff like that, like these little charms would be really cool for you. I don't have that patience, but someone does. And then these are the beads that I used. I used a couple of clear ones with glitter in it. I did 2 white faceted ones. You can really see how pretty the faceting is. Then I did a purple clearer one with some glitter. I did a black one that's faceted. And then I did a clear faceted one with some gold glitter in it. So this is it all finished. See, so I managed to make all of them finished, or finish them all up for you. This is a little too much for me on one thing, so I'm actually going to take it apart and repurpose some of it. But there you have it, the Aladdin molds. What do you think of these? Do you like them? Do you not? I didn't use any of the pigments or anything like that that came with it. I did try that light blue candy dye, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the color, so kind of just used some of my own things. These here, though, are all the glitters that were included. You had like a gold glitter, like a purple, magenta-y kind of glitter, a darker purple glitter, and then there was a pink glitter too. I wonder if you can see it better on here. But yeah, so that's these ones. Now let's talk about some of the extras that I made for this month as well. I made 5 extras. This mold, because it's one of my favorites, and I had a plan for it. This little butterfly mold, because I needed something for some extra resin, and I haven't touched that in a while. This guitar mold that I thought I cleaned up pretty well, but now in the bright lights here, I see I did a terrible job. And this this dice mold as well, because I messed up on this last month. I wanted to show it to you looking good. And then the 5th mold I left downstairs, but because it's so small and minor, I'm not going to run downstairs and get it. So let's start with the dice mold. If you saw last month's video, you know that that mold didn't cure. And I was very annoyed with myself because all the colors worked except for my very last one that I poured in there. And then that messed everything up. So I tried it again, and I did it with the colors from the one door. And so here you have it. You've got a whole whack load of gold, because I dumped a lot of gold into this. You have some black in there, and you have like a little bit of green, mostly black and gold though. Like if you look through here, you can kind of see that it's kind of tiger striped on the interior, and I think that's just so cool. Here's the top. Again, a whole bunch of gold, some black, and then you can kind of see the pouring detail through the mold. On the back gets obscured a little bit with the amount of gold glitter that's in here, but you can really see it on the inside. Now, I said I was going to try to repeat that really cool green khaki kind of camo color, but when I was pouring this, I thought, ooh, wouldn't it be really cool to have like a holder for these? So that's what I did, is that I made these so that these guys can all live together. So it closes up really well, it sits really well, right? I don't have dice really to put into here, so I thought this was a good compromise. And they all match. So that's kind of where my mindset was going. But I'm so proud of this, I'm so happy with this. It's darker and moodier than the things that I normally make, but I'm a fan. I'm a big, big fan. Okay, so then we'll talk this guy here. Because I love this little bowl, I did it like this. I did the purple, the magenta, and the pink. And in real life, like at home, it looks like it's like glowing, or that it's like on purple fire, the way that it's tipped. It's so pretty. It's so cool. Like, to show you how much I like this bowl, sitting in front of me, I've got this gold one rose gold one that I made for my desk. And I also have the original one sitting here as well. That sits on my desk and holds just random things. So, and then I made this one, and it matches the secret little envelope, and it matches the secret little door. So, I like it. I think it's so cool. I love the color in this. And then we have basically the little bits and bobs. So I poured a couple of guitars because I had excess molding colors as well, right? I did like one of each of the guitars in white. Some of them turned out really well. There's like an air bubble or two in a couple. And then I did a pink one that is just, to me, like it's like supposed to like magenta-y. To me, it's just like Barbie straight out of the 90s kind of pink, and I absolutely love it. And then I also had excess purple and stuff from my first pours, or second pour, I don't quite remember. And so I pulled out this little dog and I decided to make it because I made it before, but it was really soft, like uncured. So I wanted to give it a chance too, and I think it turned out really cool. It's a little tiny balloon dog. That's the mold that's downstairs that I didn't feel like going to find. And then I have a whole bunch of little butterflies from this mold here. And that was just me throwing in again the excess resin and just making a whole bunch. Some are imperfect, some have glitter in them. It's just kind of like, I thought that I could like add them to like little projects where I glue them onto like my little door or something. Right, like do like a whole bunch of like something. I haven't quite figured it out, but I just thought it'd be nice to have like lovely little embellishments. So yeah, that is it. So my husband wandered into the house and randomly started talking to me as I was in the middle of doing my like sign off. So I'm not sure what I was saying or where I ended. So I'm just going to start my like sign off over again. Sorry for like the weird cut or whatever it's going to be, but hopefully I can clean it up and not make it look too terrible. But here we are. So what do you think of these? Do you like the colors that I chose? I'm sure looking down you can see there's three like fairly obvious color stories happening. We've got like the pinky Barbie kind of colors, the more moodier colors, and then the riot of random colors. Let me know in the comments, which of the three do you like more? Which of the color schemes do you like more? I'd be really curious to hear. What would you like to see any of these molds repeated or attempted again? I'm probably going to leave the Aladdin stuff for a little bit. I'm more of a bigger project thinker than a small fine detail person, I think. So I may leave like Aladdin-y kind of things alone for a while. But I'd be really curious to hear all of your thoughts on that. Going forward for the next, I'll tell you what's happening in the next couple of weeks if you want to think about maybe subscribing to see any of that. Next Monday, we're heading into our unboxing time. Well, we're starting our unboxing time this Wednesday, but on Monday, hopefully there'll be a Cat Lady unboxing video, followed by, at some point, a Sophie and Toffee Pixie unboxing. Hopefully as a bonus video, maybe as a Monday video. I'm uncertain about that just yet. Yeah, right. Mondays are kind of a mixed bag, so I don't know what else we'll see this month, but some of my projects are starting to like come closer to a close, so that's feeling pretty good. Wednesdays are our dedicated sewing content videos. So this Wednesday is going to be a Sewers Club unboxing video. The box is expected on Tuesday, so hopefully I can get that up for you on Wednesday. The following Wednesday is going to be a project revisit slash super fun special announcement that I'm really excited to talk to you all about. And then the Wednesday after that will be the project revisit video or review video for the month. And then I'm not sure what the final Wednesday is going to be. I haven't planned anything out for that. And then, as always, on Friday, we are continuing our long-term cross-stitch project. We're nearing the end of the Spring Angels herself. I think we have like another 3 or 4 videos on that. So yeah, we're just trucking along on her. So yeah, that's basically our month in a nutshell. I'm heading off to Canada again at the end of June for a bit of an early 40th birthday celebration with my cousin. It is too hot and muggy where we both live in the summer, so we decided to do a early trip at the end of June to see each other. And because she is a procrastinator, she couldn't come down here to see me because she couldn't get her passport working or updated in time, so I'm going up there to see her. So you'll hear me complain more about that as this week continues, but that's what my second to last week in June is looking like. So hopefully I'll have all my content and stuff ready to go for that. More stuff you didn't care about. But anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to say, if you want to see any of these upcoming projects, do think about subscribing. I'm a tiny channel, and I appreciate every single person who clicks that button. I appreciate every single one of you who watches these videos, who likes them and talk or comments on them, gives me your feedback. I'm always really curious to hear what you think about all of these different things. So with all of that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, for sticking through one of these long review kind of videos. And yeah, I will talk with you again soon. Bye!